Hello all, my name is Piotr and I build through guitars. I'm still working on the fretboard today or this week, and I am hoping to by the end of this video have it glued onto the neck blank. And to do that, I will need to do several things. I need to get rid of those pins because I will not use these anymore. I need to drill new pins in. And to do that, I need to locate the fretboard onto the neck blank very precisely. There are a few things to keep in mind here. One is the airplane nearby. One is the spokewheel notch at the end. It needs to fit in with the actual spokewheel. So I will install the truss rod in a minute to see how it all fits. I may need to square off those corners after all, we'll see. And the other one is because the fretboard is cut narrower than the neck blank to accommodate the binding, I need to locate it very precisely before I drill in the locating pins. And I'll be doing this very slowly, and yeah. I have the metal tube here, which I will use for the markers. So just to show you the idea they have, this is the metal tube that I bought. This one I've had for a while, but this one I will use for the markers on top of the fretboard, and it's 6 mils in diameter, well, the outside diameter. It's 1 mil the thickness of the wall, so it will leave a 4 mil circle in the middle, which I will fill in with ebony dust and super glue. So it will, when it's polished, it will only leave a silver metal ring as markers, which looks amazing on ebony. And the same idea goes for the side dots. I will use the small tube. This one is 3 mil external diameter, and it's 0.5 mil wall thickness. And it will be filled with the fluorescent dust and super glue. I chose the yellow color because it's bright, so it will make nice contrast to the side of the fretboard, so it will be visible when you play in the light. And also when it's dark, the yellow light is really bright, so it will be very visible in the dark as well. So I think this was a good choice, but that's for later. What I need is to fit in the truss rod to see if it fits properly. And there was some issues with this section here, so I'm gonna have to go through it and just fit it in nicely. And then to see how the spokewheel fits into this notch. And only when I'm happy with the fitment, I can go in and locate the fretboard on the fretboard blank and drill those pins. So let's put the truss rod in. Actually, this fits very nicely. It's not sticking out at all. Yeah, now I'm happy with how it fits. Let's see if it turns freely. Well, not freely, but if it turns easily enough. And yeah, it does. Yep, perfect. That works very nicely. That works very nicely. I'm very happy with it. Let's see how it fits with the notch. So this is how the rounded off notch looks like with the spoke wheel. And I'm not sure if I like it, to be honest. This surface is a bit short here, but that's because there will be binding on this end. So the depth of the notch is okay, but I think I prefer it squared off. So I'm gonna have to do that. Before I take care of the notch, I need to sand off the sides using 150 grit on the sanding beam, just to make it perfectly straight and flat. And what I also need to do is to spray the spoke wheel black, because while handling it and fitting and testing, it got scratched up and there's some paint missing here. So I will sand it down with the sandpaper and I will spray it black. So I'm going to use this 9mm MDF to lift up the fretboard off the workbench, and using the sanding beam flat, I will be able to maintain 90 degrees on the side and also a straight line so that I can level it all off. Okay, let's go. That looks perfect. Okay, very good. That looks great. Now this side will be a bit more tricky because I have this whoop here on the headstock side, which corresponds to this side of the headstock. So I need to be careful not to bump into it too much, because I want to leave it nice and round. As long as it's consistent, I don't really care what the shape is, because I can always finalize the shape on the headstock, so I'll be fine. It's just I need to be careful not to go too far straight with it. See what it looks like with the square edge. Yeah, the first side is perfect. The second one needs some more sanding. Much better. That is much better. Just a tiny bit more. It's very smooth. Is it straight? It is. Very nice. Good. So we've got that done. Now the notch needs to be squared off. And I think I'll use needle files to do that. Yeah, I think that will be, although maybe I can try chisel it out. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, the chisel works very well. I mean, this wood is so nice to work with. Yes. Okay, so with selection of files here, I'll try to finalize the shape of this now. So this sanding block that I made from an offcut of a neck blank is a perfect size for this this notch. I will stick on some 240 grit sandpaper here and sand it flat. The file leaves an uneven surface and I need it to be really straight. And with the new sanding block, 240 grit, I can go in and just level off the back surface of the notch. Trying to keep it as straight as I can. Don't really want to round over the surface, which wouldn't be the end of the world, to be honest, but yeah, let's keep it straight. So this shape will be finalized when the paint dries on the truss rod. I will be able to fit it into the neck, pop it on and just finalize the shape. But what I can do now in the meantime is to actually locate the fretboard on the neck. And to correctly locate the neck, the fretboard on the neck, I will use this to have some clearance for the clamps underneath, maybe not those. Those clamps will do. And what I need is to make sure that the binding thickness is consistent. And I will use 2 pieces of binding here to do that on either side. And just by adding the binding to the fretboard, I can feel the distance from the edge of the neck on the bottom there. And I can, by holding the binding on both sides, I can see if the distance is even on either side. I've aligned the end of the neck to match the back side of the truss rod notch to be aligned with the neck, end of the neck. And now I can clamp it temporarily in place. I'm not using a lot of force, doesn't need to be clamped really well. It needs to be locked in place basically. So that's the end aligned. Now holding the binding here, I can feel that the fretboard is moved over there just a tiny bit, because the binding is sticking out on this end and the neck blank is sticking out on this one. I'll move the fretboard that way a tiny bit. Okay, now this side feels consistent. I'll tighten it just a tiny bit and I'll align the other side. Okay, so it's the other way around here. So there is a ledge on the neck on this side and the binding is sticking on this one. So I'll push the fretboard that way on this end, just a tiny bit. Just a bit more. I'll use a block not to mark the fretboard. Although this section will be cut off anyways, I don't want to leave marks from the hammer. A tiny bit more. Same direction. Okay, so this side is now done. I'll go back and check the back. If it's still aligned or if it shifted a bit, and I need to move it over there. That is still aligned. That is now perfect. On this side, perfect as well. Okay, I'll tighten the clamps now. Not too much, I don't want any dents in the wood, but they can't shift now. Okay, let's check. That is perfect. On this side, this side is perfect as well. Great. So I need to drill locating pins, and because I've already drilled pins using the old fretboard, I have to avoid these places. So this side I'll still be drilling in the nut slot, and the same fret probably. Yeah, I'll drill the same fret, only on the other side of the fretboard. So I'll be drilling here, and I will be drilling here, on the other side of the center line. 3 millimeters, because this is the thickness of the nut. Yep. So I can't go beyond that line. That should do just fine. And this right in the middle of the thread. one. That's the other one. Okay, that's 2 millimeters. That's fine. Yeah, they look good, deep enough. I will shave them off a bit. Okay, that is perfect. Great. That's the fretboard located on the neck blank. That's what it will look like with the binding. Right, so while the truss rod is drying, I thought I would try something new. I've got this old fretboard blank, and I wanted to try a tool that I bought from Luton Wood, from Derek. And this is a sanding beam, but it's a compound radius sanding beam. So it starts with 10-inch and ends with 16-inch. And he was cool enough to etch my logo into it. And I stuck some 80 grit sandpaper to it and just sand it like you would with a normal beam. Not going too far out on either end, just to see how it really works. And I've got radius gauges here. So this end should start with 10-inch. I haven't finished sanding it. You can see the flat spot on top, so there's quite a long way to go still, but just to see how it works. 10-inch on this end, and this end should be 16-inch. So if I use 10-inch here, you see that it doesn't work really. But 16-inch absolutely works. There's a flat spot there, but still, I checked it with a straight edge, and the edges are consistent. I wasn't really paying attention to flatness while doing this. I was just introducing the radius, so they can be done very flat. They're nearly there, and the fretboard has a compound radius now, so I will be using this tool for the build. I'm really happy with it. It's much longer than the sanding beams, the sanding blocks that I have for single radius. So yeah, much easier and more comfortable to use. Thanks, Derek. What I need to do now, it's been some time now. I'm pretty sure the truss rod is dry by now. So I need to prepare this. Actually, yeah, I'll use the other side. I need to glue this fretboard on. And I will use this template as a clamping core for the top, and this straight and flat beam. It's a jarrow wood beam for the bottom to clamp it to. But I need to make sure that I'm happy with the spoke wheel notch. And to do that, I will just install the spoke wheel into the neck. It's a very tight fit, which I'm really happy with because it will help prevent any rattling. I didn't have to go in and change the truss rod channel after all, because that truss rod fits in very nice. It's not sticking out anywhere. Well, it is now, but yeah, it's not sticking out anywhere. And I can just glue it on, glue the fretboard on, but I need to make sure that this notch is finalized, because once the fretboard is on, I won't really have space to work on it safely. Hope you can see that. It works very nicely. That's the distance that binding will take, which brings us just a tiny bit over the spoke wheel, so it will leave a gap between the spoke wheel and the pickup. But I need to sand down the sides of that notch. They are not perfect yet. And I'll do that and then get ready for gluing the fretboard on, finally. Yeah, I think it can look better. I'll keep sanding. I mean, I'm happy with it. I'm gonna go for it and glue on the fretboard. I'm again using Gorilla wood glue. It's just a white wood glue, like your red Titebond. This is fitted, it works very nicely. It's very tight, so the top bit of the truss rod is very tight, which is exactly what I need to avoid any rattling. Right, I'm going to use a degreaser on the surface. It's been sitting like this for a while, and I want the glue to penetrate nicely and not get stuck on anything. So I'm going to degrease both surfaces. This side of the fretboard is also sanded down with 250 sandpaper. I'll let it evaporate, and when it's dry I will go in with the glue. What I want to do though is plug the old locating pinholes, and I'll do that with just a pin. Finally, the neck is coming up together. It's been a long process for this neck, but we are getting there. I don't want them to stick out even a little bit. Otherwise they will press against the fretboard from the bottom, and that's not going to be good. Okay, I'm ready for gluing. The only place that I don't want the glue on is this section here where the screw is. Anything else can be covered. I'm not worried, this is just metal. But I'm going to use some masking tape to tape off this section just in case. Otherwise, if I get the glue in there, I need to pull the truss rod out, clean it up, and if I already spread glue on on the neck. That's not going to be an easy thing to do, so I'll prevent it by just taping it up. Perfect. I've got my clamps ready. Okay, let's do it. What I'm after is a nice and even layer of glue. So that when I clamp it, I get a nice squeeze out all around. Not too much. I don't need to fill any gaps. That's no good. Since it's outside, not the neck, I can just wipe it off now. I'm also not looking to get a big bead of glue squeeze out on this end, because it will just go into the spoke wheel. But this is pretty much it. Oh, add some more here. Come on. The very edge actually doesn't need glue at all, because this is where the binding will sit. I will scrape it off once it's clamped. I completely forgot about it. Oh, and I'll take the paper off. I don't like leaving paper in the neck. Tiny bit of glue there on the spoke wheel. I can get rid of that while the access is easier. Perfect. Right, let's do it. Okay. I'll wipe the glue off the binding channel off. I'm expecting squeeze out there anyways, so I'll be doing that one more time, I guess, and then when it's dried I can always scrape it off. But yeah, let's start clamping it, and I will start in the middle and I will go out both ways. Not too much pressure. I'm not trying to force it in, it just needs to be clamped in place. Very nice, you can see a nice even squeeze out all the way through. I'll tighten them up. As I said, it doesn't require enormous pressure. Okay. What I can do now is take care of the squeeze out while this is still wet. And I'll use a chisel for that, because who needs sharp chisels? Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Okay, these are all tightened. The squeeze out is cleaned. I will leave it on the workbench here for this week. That's fine. I'm still waiting for parts to come in to finish the body, but they should be here this week, so I can get on with that. That's it for this week. Not much I can do about that now. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for the interest and the patience, and for all the comments. Really appreciate that, and I'll see you next week. Cheers. Love you, bye.